To make this flower, we're going to start with squares of fabric. I have a strip of lining fabric here that I just tore, and to get your squares, just whatever, it doesn't matter what size you tear your strips. You just want to have squares. So to find your square, you're just going to fold it over and cut along here. And I've already gone ahead and I've cut my squares. So I have here 24. It'll all depend on how large you want to make your flower, how many squares you need. So I'm just going to show you how to make one of the petals, then I'll go ahead and finish all of the petals. So take your first square, fold your fabric diagonally like this, and then you just hold that tip and fold it over again and hold on to it. And then you're going to take your glue gun, run a line of glue between the layers like that. You can just tap that down a bit. Now dampen your fingers on a sponge. I have a sponge here and it's wet, so I'm going to dampen my fingers, and that way you won't burn yourself. And while the glue is still hot, you're going to make two little pleats in the center. Put another little dot of glue here, and then overlap those 2 points like that. And what that's going to give you is a petal that has a curve like this. So I'm going to go ahead and make my petals, and then I'll show you how to put the flower together. Okay, I've gone ahead and I've made all of my petals. And to build this flower, with this one I just used a little bunch like this. I just took a square of fabric and put some scraps in the center and tied it into a little bundle. Or you could just work around a large bead. But since not everybody has large beads, I'm going to use this little bundle to work on. And just take any other fabric that's a different color than the color you're working on. And you can either use it with this part up, I'm going to use it with this side up. Place some glue here. I'm going to take my first petal and I'm going to place it so that the curl is toward the center for this row. Place that petal in the glue and curve it toward the center like this. So now I can move to the next one. And I'm going to place some glue. Touch the first petal with the glue so that your petals will be all attached to one another. So again, curling it toward the inside, I'm going to place that petal in. Move over to the next petal. Again, put glue on the petal and on the center. Now I'm going to settle this petal in like that. I'm going to place one more petal here. Place it in there. And remember to keep dampening your finger so you won't stick. Now for all the next rows, I'm going to place my petals so that they're curling out. Place some glue between those two petals and add this petal, always keeping an eye from the front to make sure your petals are all lining up like that. So now between these two petals, I'm going to place some glue, and I'm going to place the next petal like that. And again, glue between these petals. Settle another petal down into the glue like that. So now I'm just going to keep working all the way around, placing petals between the spaces of the others. The leaves are made in the same manner, but because this is a thick felt, I only need one triangle. So I'm going to lay some glue on. I'm going to wet my fingers. Then I'm going to fold, bring those two ends together, and I'll have a leaf. Place glue on the leaf, and then I'm going to pick up my flower, and I'm going to decide where to place it. And I'll place it there. Leaves are optional. You don't have to put leaves on if you don't want. And there's another leaf, and I'll place it here. And I'll do a third leaf. So I place the glue on the leaf, lift up my flower, and decide where to place it, like that. So now the back of your flower is going to be very messy. So I've just cut a piece of felt, and because this is going to be a heavy flower, you have to hang it from one end. So here's how you make your backing. Cut a circle of felt, fold it in half, cut 2 slits with your scissors, pass the safety pin through. Now you're going to turn it to the opposite side, and you're going to place some glue right on there to hold the pin in place. Glue all the way around the edge, and you're going to place that down on your flower, and that will cover up all the back of your flower. And there's your finished flower.